Hey, Caitlin. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. So for our initial interview, I'm just going to start out by asking you a few questions, just to get your background. And this background info will help us to provide you with the services that will be more efficient for you in the treatment process. But first, I want to make sure that you filled out all the paperwork that you were supposed to before you came in.
I did.
Okay, and do you have any questions about it?
Yes, I had a question about the confidentiality part. What in a situation where you had to give my information out?
Okay, so
can you
kind of
do
like
that?
the exemptions to the
Yes.
confidentiality? Okay, yeah. So there are some exceptions, and you should have signed the confidentiality consent form type thing. But there are several exceptions, so I can go over those with you. One of the biggest exceptions would be if you were being treated for something physical with another primary physician, and if you wanted me to speak with a physician about some medicine that you're on that might be changing your mood or affecting the way that you feel, you would sign a release form for me and for your doctor, so you would technically sign two, so that he could release your information to me and I could release your information to him.
Okay.
But it would not be something where I talked about everything that we talk about in therapy. It would just be about how the medicine you're on is affecting you. Another exemption would be if you were involved in any kind of like crime, or if there was an investigation going on with you and law enforcement was involved, then I would have to release certain information to them, but it wouldn't be everything. And I would also communicate with other clinicians and the directors that I work with if I needed some advice for your treatment, or if we were having some problems or something like that. I would also have to release information about our therapy sessions if I had reason to believe that you were going to harm yourself or others.
Okay.
If you ever came to me and you felt like you were going to harm yourself, I would not immediately go tell somebody else. It would be something that we would talk about. But if I felt like you seriously, were going to harm yourself, then I would involve law enforcement. If you were to provide me with information about known abuse, if you knew someone was being abused, such like as a neighbor or a friend or somebody you knew they were being abused, then I would have to involve law enforcement in that as well. And then anything that just has to do with the legal system. So like if you were involved in a criminal case of some sort and a judge signed that I would have to release your information. I can't not release your information.
Okay.
So does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you several questions about your background and your history, just to kind of set a framework for your treatment. We won't go too in depth about these questions, but if you feel like you need to elaborate on anything, then you're welcome to do so.
All right.
So what initially brings you in today?
Depression, and I'm struggling with my ADHD right now. I actually recently, December 2018, I actually got my job, my career. I started, a job in my career or whatever. And I stopped taking my medicine because I was really busy, and I haven't been as busy. And I've noticed where I keep going in and out of focusing, and I can't, I'm not in the now, I'm everywhere else but that.
Gotcha.
So I kind of need to get back on track with that.
Okay. And are you on any medications for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Concerta.
Okay. Do you experience any anxiety with this? Knowing that your mind is all over the place, does that ever make you feel anxious?
Yeah, sometimes it does.
Okay.
Because I know I'm not going to be able to get done what I need to get done. There's deadlines and this and that, so.
Okay. And what is your normal stress level on a day-to-day? Are you pretty calm about things? Do you feel stressed often?
It just depends on the situation, really.
Okay.
I really don't have, I guess I'm up and down.
Okay.
It just depends on the situation. I can't
Okay.
really say.
Okay. Have you ever experienced any memory loss?
No.
Okay. Have you ever experienced hallucinations?
Mm-mm.
Okay. You mentioned that you kind of have some disorganized thoughts due to your ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you feel like your mood is stable?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you irritable often?
Oh no, depends on how I sleep that night. Depends on how I sleep that night.
Okay. So that leads to the next question: do you have sleeping problems?
I wouldn't say I have a problem, but I mean, I have my nights where the brain just, doesn't turn off. So
Right.
it's 90 to nothing, and I'm laying in bed and thinking about stuff that I just shouldn't even be thinking about. Just crazy
Right.
stuff.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So do you have obsessive thoughts or compulsive behaviors?
no. I picked my lips my whole life, but I guess you could say that was that. Yeah, that's I consider that like compulsive.
Okay. Do you have nightmares?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you struggle with eating problems, either overeating or undereating?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. Have you ever had suicidal thoughts?
No.
Okay. Have you ever experienced self-harm or wanting to harm yourself?
No.
Okay. Have you ever had homicidal thoughts? Okay. Have you ever been physically violent with anyone else?
Nope.
Okay. You did mention that you are on medications. So do you feel like you struggle with your mental health? Do you feel like you're not mentally healthy?
I feel healthy. I just get my, the ADHD. It's not like bad days. It's, weeks, months. So I would say more often I'm healthy than I'm not.
Okay.
Thank God.
Okay, yes. Do you feel emotionally neglected? Or do you think that you emotionally neglect others?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with any mood disorders?
No, not to my knowledge, I haven't.
Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with any health issues outside of mental health?
No.
Okay. Do you have a good support system at home?
Yes.
Okay. Do you use tobacco?
No.
Do you use caffeine? So like drink soda,
No,
caffeinated
not
tea?
really.
Okay. Have you ever experienced drug use? No? Okay. Have you ever had any previous treatment for mental health?
When I was younger, but it was not very long. I just don't think that I connected with who I was seeing, so I just kind of stopped going.
Okay.
It just wasn't right.
So I'm going to go on to trauma-related questions, and you can just answer yes or no, same as the last few questions, and feel free to elaborate if you need to. Have you ever been in a vehicle accident?
Yes.
Okay. Did that affect you in any way?
No.
No? Okay. Have you ever been involved in a work accident where you got hurt at work?
No, nothing major.
Okay. Have you ever been involved in a fire at your home or in a vehicle or anything
No,
like that?
thank God.
Okay. Have you ever been the victim of a crime?
No. I'm trying to think, because so much goes on. No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. Have you ever been in any weather-related accidents, like a tornado,
Yes,
hurricane, or anything
actually
like
I
that?
have. When I was in middle school, I actually saw my coach get struck by lightning.
Wow.
Yeah, I did. That's a true story, for
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
Wow.
And so that I don't like being outside anymore, when
Okay.
it's lightning.
So you definitely
lightning
have
or storming or
experienced some
anything like that.
trauma from that
Yes.
experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the flashbacks are horrible.
Okay. So that's the next question. Have you experienced any flashbacks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been physically abused or seen anybody be abused physically?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes. In middle school, my boyfriend actually, his stepdad would abuse him. Not like he did when we weren't around, obviously, but when we were there, we knew stuff was going on, and he was too young. I mean, what could he do?
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever been a victim of sexual abuse, or have you ever witnessed sexual abuse?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Have you ever experienced a traumatic loss, like someone that you were close to passed away, or anything like that?
No.
No. Okay. Have you ever been a victim of domestic violence? Okay. And have you ever been diagnosed or feel as though you suffer with PTSD?
No. I mean, I get nervous about my dogs, because I saw Gemma get hit by a car.
Yeah.
So that kind of that really upsets me. Like, if I can't see them, I freak out, and I know that's why.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I saw it happen. So I do think that affects me.
Yeah, for sure.
When it comes to my little babies.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to move on to questions about substance abuse. And same thing, yes or no questions, but feel free to elaborate.
Okay.
Do you struggle with drug or alcohol use?
No, not at all.
Okay. Have you had any trouble due to drug or alcohol use? So, like, have you ever been intoxicated and had to lie about something, or gotten into trouble because you were intoxicated?
No.
Okay. Have you ever had to stop use of alcohol or drugs and could not? Okay. Have you ever been treated for drug or alcohol use?
No.
Okay. I have a few more questions. So you said that today your ADHD brought you in. And so how do you normally cope with that, with your ADHD? How do you normally go through your day?
Normally I get up and I take my medicine, as soon as I get up, and eat breakfast, because if the later in the day that I take it, because it's time release or whatever. So the sooner in the day I take it, the better, because it actually keeps me up at night. It'll keep me up all night long, just going. And I mean, it's like taking Adderall.
Right. Yeah.
You're not eating nothing. You're cleaning. You're doing this. You're doing that. So I generally just take it, and I can go about my day normally. I mean, definitely do better with it than without it.
So you can tell.
But I wean myself off of it.
Okay.
So I haven't taken it since December 2018.
Wow. Okay.
And I took it for 24 years.
Okay.
So, but I'm realizing now that we're staying at home right now and stuff, like, I can tell that I can't concentrate.
Okay. Okay. What was your family like growing up? Did you have a stable home life?
Actually, my dad is bipolar, and so he has bipolar episodes.
Okay.
And those were hard. They were a lot. I mean, when you're little and you just don't know what's going on. So we actually still deal with those today. It's actually happening right now. So yeah, I mean, it was stable more often than not.
Right.
This is like a 2-month thing out of every year. He owns a business. When he gets rolling, he just goes off board. He just off the wagon.
Right.
So
and that can definitely affect everybody in the home when somebody's going
so
through
that was a big, that was big.
Okay. Do you feel connected to those around you?
Yes.
Okay. So how many sessions do you think that it will take to achieve your goal of coping with your ADHD and depression and just kind of working through the process?
I don't know, maybe a couple months.
Okay.
I mean, was it once a week?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we can do once a week, whatever is comfortable for you.
Twice a month, or
we can do once a week. We can do once every other week. Just whatever you're comfortable
maybe
with.
2 months, a couple months. I just got to get back on track, and felt like I needed to come and see you about it.
Let's see. I think Oh, wait, we got a few more questions. So just to end the intake interview for today, just a few simple questions. When is your birthday?
November 21st, 1994.
Okay, and are you married?
No.
Okay, and are you religious?
No.
Okay, and what is your highest level of education?
I have a bachelor's degree in psychology.
Okay, and do you have any criminal history?
No.
Okay, and we talked about your stress level a little bit, so you don't normally.
I mean, I'm a stressed out person, but I don't worry about it.
Okay.
Like I've just been that way my whole life. It's just,
Okay.
I mean, it's just how I am.
Okay.
I stress a lot about money. That is like, which I know everybody does, but
Yeah.
that is like, I mean, I worry about spending $5 because
Yeah.
I might need it tomorrow.
Mhm,
So
yeah.
that's a big stressor for me.
What do you have any hobbies?
I like to play with my dogs
Okay.
and walk. I love to walk.
Okay. And what about your job? Where do you work?
I work at a CPA's office in Macon called Malden and Jenkins.
Okay. And have you always worked there? Do you have any other
No.
previous jobs?
Oh gosh, yes, I have a lot. I worked at Cheddar's for 7-8 years, and I actually did landscaping with my dad.
Okay.
And then I got my job at Malden. So
All right. Well, that's all I have for you today. It was very nice to meet you. I'll get a treatment plan together, and we'll work through this process together.
okay,
It was
thank
nice
you.
to meet you.